Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity. Uh, I will be short because I know Sir has to attend a meeting, in Indian Habitat Center. He's the keynote speaker there. So we have limitation of time, and I'll try to do justice to the, assignment given to me today, and, explain the philosophy behind, meeting of minds. And it's not just signing of papers today that is happening. There's a deep philosophical, Swamiji's, ideals that have been ingrained into our veins as we stand here today, sir. And I've always contested this claim that Chairman Sir is not amongst us. He is within us, each one of us present here. He speaks through us, his molding of our character, molding of our ideas is all, shaped up because of his, initiation, and we are initiated disciples of him. So I would say he's not missing, he's present, he's omnipresent, he's present here, and he's very much, I would say, a, a blessing in terms of, as I should not have used the word blessing, in fact. He is, there and looking after us, and his health, we pray that he recovers from his health very quickly. Coming to the legacy of VIPS, 2000, and for some of you it may be repetitive in nature because, it's difficult to understand why an institution in Delhi was required and was named after Swamiji, and how it, took shape, how it rooted out, how it branched out into 7 disciplines that we have today. What was the idea? People talk of NEP today, sir, and NEP, I know there have been efforts, there have been past reports, by scholars and eminent educationists wanting to transform education, align it with the world, scene, as they say, and trying to align it with, what the world is doing otherwise. We, VIPS started with 2 different programs with a simple philosophy and, an idea that, and we took up emerging streams at that point of time. Law was one, IT was another one. And in fact, we started with BIS at that time, 4-year course, which was scrapped down by AICT for its own technical reasons that you cannot have a 4-year program equated with, BTech program. So take care of it, and we can only offer you a BCA program. But then that didn't stop us in terms of what we had visualized VIPS to be today. And last year, a few months back, in fact, we were graded A++, which our faculty really worked hard to, get that kind of accreditation. It was not merely, again, I would say, a paper accreditation. We were more ingrained. It was part of our living, and we exhibited in our way of style and our work style that we exuded confidence to the committee. And we were blessed, as we are endowed today with your blessing today, your presence, your signing, your reposing of this faith in this institution as small as VIPS. I know IIT, Gandhinagar is in 400 acres. We are just 5 acres. But as I said, small is beautiful, and the spirit is equally beautiful. And we would want, this institution to rise, its students to rise, because Swamiji dreamt, when he dreamt that you give me 100 boys and girls of, character, and I'll transform this country. We today have 8,000 with us, sir, and we are trying to, fulfill his mission of man-making, character building, nation building. And that is where, each soul living here, Chairman Sir would say that bricks and mortars won't make an institution. It is the soul, and the soul of the institution is its students, its alumni, the faculty who are sitting here, and their hard work. And they have always proved us, right in terms of, and always encouraged in terms of achieving the next level of, accreditation. Maybe in times to come, with patronage of people like you and institutions like you holding hands, with us, I think we should be able to take it to a very different level, and where you will feel proud of us that I did the right thing. Maybe today, yes, and today I think we have more than 25 MOUs, sir, which are not just paper MOUs. We are operationalizing those MOUs, and mostly including, the law has signed with almost all major national law universities. So we have been graceful, and God has been very kind to us in that term, that we could get those people to, come here, get convinced about our philosophy, our idea of running an educational institution, our intent the purity of the intent that we run this institution with. And I think this will go a long way in leveraging it. And we are thankful. Our heart is filled with gratitude, sir. Thank you for, being part of this. Vineet ji, Ajay bhai sahab, Supriya ma'am, our ma'am here, Dipali ma'am, DG sir for that matter. He has been quite instrumental in getting these MOUs done. He went to Germany, though I was also supposed to go. He had signed 2 good MOUs on emerging technologies. And so one short story I'll say, because when we got discouraged, because Chairman sir has always visualized this institution to be in a different league. So the first, IT director that we had was a non-academician. And his name was, if I remember it correctly, I may forget his first name, but I know his second name, surname is Mehta. He possibly did, the vocal cord thing that you see on John Wheeler's, chair that he used to have. He had done that, and he was very progressive in terms of, when he came first, he said, I would not care for this syllabi that has been handed down to you by IP University. He wanted to create a studio at that point of time to, get into more advanced, and suggested many laboratories that we were, because we were smaller, we were a little risk averse also, I would say, fine. But then we took that step, we invited him, we wanted to implement a lot of his ideas, and unfortunately our own university did not accept that. After having reached this stage, 4 years ago, we were given autonomy also by UGC, which is still pending. And why we wanted autonomy was because they all wanted to fly high. And the sky was not the limit for them, but then they were clipped and capped. Their intellectual capacity was capped. Unfortunately, in this country, it's too much of regulation in education that, kind of kills your, initiative and drive. But we are hoping that we will again sail through that difficult time and come to a very positive outcome tomorrow, maybe, when the case is heard and the court appreciates, the kind of, intellectual capacity that we possess and the prowess that we possess. So we should be able to, do a wonderful job there. IIT Bangalore director at that point of time, sir, we were trying to name this as Institute of Professional Studies. He says, why do you want to drop Vivekananda? And he gave a scolding to us, Dr. Professor Sadgopan sir. And in one of his lectures, he said, the industrial age was about brawn power. This is about brain power. So we are ready for the brain power. And we are hoping that IT is not, as we understand, it is India tomorrow. So I think we are living with those ideals, those words have been etched into our souls, and we try and do justice to whatever has been given to us as a mandate. So we will never be disrespectful to any of the clauses of the MOU. We fully assure you, your reposing of faith is a big, confidence booster for us, that people like you, who have seen through, educated from, tier 1 institutions, now heading tier 1 institution, those institutional builders should have this kind of a faith in a smaller institution like us and, give us much more of these opportunities. IT, when it was scrapped, sir, it was little discouragement for us. But then what came as a light of hope was, this program, and I think Supriya ma'am will be able to recall it better. The Wipro came out with a program, sir, which was an integrated program. What was it called, Supriya ma'am? WAYS. So WAYS was the program where our BCA students could directly get enrolled into, a Wipro program with BITS Pilani, and they were guaranteed a job alongside with, a BITS degree later on. So that's the kind of, visualization of if NEP is really meant to be implemented. I think that is what we should be looking forward to. And we expect many things to come our way. And I think students, you should be today blessed in terms of the kind of blessings. You may be wondering why so many MOUs, what are they going to do to my future? But if you want to take advantage of what is being offered to you, I think you will be the ultimate beneficiaries. No one else is sitting here, but you will be the ultimate beneficiaries. And sir, I thank you once again on behalf of the chairman, sir. Unfortunately, he could not attend, though he was more than wanting to be here and to, get to know you much better on a, one-on-one basis. But we will choose some other opportunity and invite you once again. Thank you so much.